Good morning. I'm Michael Sampson. I'm currently a public service librarian, mostly government documents at Wayne State University in downtown Detroit. I've been using this product, Onfolio, for about a year now, or two, maybe better said, since it's first appeared on the market about a year ago. For those of you who attended last year CALI, I did a demonstration of a similar product, Catch the Web, that pretty much was creating files and collections in a format called MHT, multi-part HTML. It's an industry standard, but pretty much is supported only by Internet Explorer. So from that product, I learned about this new product going to their website because they were in a price war at that time. Onfolio has been on the market for a little bit over a year now, from what I know, and about a few weeks ago they released a second version of it that is a fantastic improve over the first one. And pretty much today I'm going to try to go over most of the features, and I'm going to share with you projects that I started using the first version of it, things that I started to develop last week, and will release starting with the core orientation of the first year law students. Now, I really would appreciate, I would like to know how many of you are librarians here. Good, because that's exactly what I expected. In my opinion right now, if I would be a director, I would buy this product for at least reference librarians, or maybe for whatever groups for shared collaboration on the projects. You will see why. Anybody right now among you using in any way your network in the library, if you have a network or an intranet? Not too many. I'll show you some unbelievable. If there is any product right now on the market that you know that does RSS or syndication, push of information in real time on an intranet, this is one of them. It's really wonderful, and I'll show you. This is the features that really I dealt with all last week. I started about 8 projects last week. I'm going to share just the beginning, and it's working wonderful. And anybody here doing any type of casting right now? Sound, multimedia, any of this for the libraries? I don't see any hand. Do I? Again, no casting here in any? Good. You will see a product that you'll be able to do any type of casting, including intranet casting. I don't know if there is any name like this, but I call it intracast casting. You will see it today, how it's working. And as I had an article that I shared with one of my ex-colleagues over here, Carol Parker, and it was about a year ago. The article was called, "Friends, Don't Let Friends Use PowerPoint." I'm not going to use PowerPoint. In fact, I'm going to use this product. I was thinking last week, what would be the best way to deliver this presentation of this product? I thought about PowerPoint. I thought about switching between screens and application. I said, gosh, this is the right product to use as a PowerPoint. And you will see I'm using, in fact, Onfolio to do all the demonstration today. First, Onfolio has what I would call 2 interfaces. It's a browser interface, and you have a desktop bar. Pretty much, the desktop bar will allow you to do drag and drop between Windows environment and Onfolio. And you will see that it's totally integrated with the Windows operating system. It's integrated with 100% with Office products and EndNote, plus Firefox and Maxton. It's another browser, not too popular, at least among librarians. And there is an addition to this product. It's called the Publisher. That is a piece of software that will create the MHT, that's a multi-part HTML reporter for your collections. Now, I'm moving away from that product, even though it has a lot of advantages of using. So let me just start the presentation. I'm gonna do a fast presentation overview. In the second part, I'm gonna take you over preferences of this application. I'm gonna show you several of the projects that I'm working right now. And if internet will allow me, I'm gonna do a remote desktop demo of networking features. That those are the things that I really love about this product. So let's start. Good. On the left-hand side here, if you see it's a collection explorer, pretty much that's a Windows-like way of navigating through the collections. Onfolio creates collections. The demonstrations that I have right now here is part of the many collections that I have, and it's called CALI 2005. If you see here, I have Onfolio on number 8 in parentheses. That's how many items I have. It will be like slides and PowerPoint. Wherever you see these arrows, it means that we have multiple folders. You have here 3 tabs: collection, feeds, and search. We'll go over in detail about those, each and every one. They all have searching capabilities. And in terms of when we go about displaying items into each folder, we have here in this screen several options. We can do display side by side. And if you click on any of the items here, they will come in the browser. I don't like this type of display. This will turn on the comments. Comments are one of the most important elements of this product that you add. So pretty much it's your own editing of whatever you have in your collections. You also have a multi-line display capability, so that's capturing the first lines in your items captured. I usually turn off this feature. And here we have a very important feature that is a property tray. And during capturing, it will display elements about whatever you capture. If it's a file, a web, a local file, a graphic or anything, is going to tell you basic features. If you see here, it's a comment that automatically it will speak from the web page. In fact, I use Onfolio website pages and enhance them using Onfolio features to show you what they do and what they are. You have one of the most advanced features here is what it's called in the library or on the internet, it's meta tags. If those web pages have meta tags, they are automatically captured. Also, at capture time, you have the ability to add comments, keywords, and you can do this anytime after you capture the item. In terms of reference, this is really important. I want to ask you here, how many of you use EndNote or know what EndNote is? Wow, okay. Since March, EndNote and Onfolio have a partnership, and there is a 100% integration of Onfolio with EndNote, and mostly is done via XML files. In the next version, I talked to the account rep from Onfolio. They will have total capturing ability of bibliographic data from wherever you go on the internet. And if I will go into the edit mode here, as most of you are librarians, I hope we have some technical services librarians. If you look here at the case of the type, you see all the bibliographic formats. So it will be very easy to import and export records in XML and bring them into your library catalog if you support XML. We'll go over this feature later. So let me start the presentation right now. I just wanted to give you an overview of the elements of Onfolio, what you have. So, based on my experience with Onfolio, these are the kind of things that you can do, and that's what Onfolio is all about. It's a browser-based research tool used to collect, organize, share, and collaborate on a variety of information. It's 100% integrated with Windows operating system, Office, applications, and mostly Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Internet Explorer, Firefox, and as I said, EndNote. I highlight here and I start with real-time awareness because this is a technology that really will allow you to do a lot in terms of pushing projects and feeds from whatever you do in real time in your library, to your law school, to your colleagues. You do syndication and aggregation, push and pull of projects via web publishing, where you have the option to create RSS feeds. The program creates RSS feeds automatically for you. You don't have to know any programming or so. The program is smart and it's very easy to use it. So whenever you have an update to any collection, and if you set it up for automatic updating, the RSS is not only that it's creating automatically, it will also add the items of whatever you added to a collection, and it uploads on the internet automatically at a predetermined interval, every 5 minutes to a week or a month. Does it automatically for you. You don't have to know anything. And if you have an RSS reader like Onfolio, you learn about any changes and modifications of projects. On the network, and this is a feature that I experimented heavily last week, you have unbelievable opportunities to create projects and to bring together files. Let's not even talk about internet. If you have any type of office files or in your library or law school, this is a tool that you can really create a nice interface to all those documents using Onfolio, and I'll show you soon what I mean. What is really great about it, for if it's more of you having Onfolio, and when you place these collections on an intranet or on your local network, you can make those collections provide automatic feeds to all the users of those collections. And when you have Onfolio, those feeds will come through the feeds section here. This is great. I don't know of any other tools that will do this for intranet. There are many, many applications and readers of programs for the internet, but I don't know of any that will do this on an intranet and between you. So it's really very nice, it's very intuitive, and you don't have to know anything about this technology. It's done by the program for you. So this is really what I mean here, and that's why I highlighted, and it's in red, is this intranet auto update feed. It's great, and I will show you what I mean through some projects that I worked on last week. When I ask you about casting in any way, there is a lot that you can do in terms of blogging, multimedia, any type of files that you have, office files or so. You can really make them come. You can publish, like maybe you are familiar with podcasting. It's music right now. Blogging, I guess most of you are familiar, or you already do blogging. You can do this on an intranet. And I called it, I don't know if they have this term yet, it's intracasting. And it's very easy, and I'll show you how nice it works and what you can do. So you really update news or any projects that you have, you send automatic feeds to everybody. And I just created I started several projects, and when I'll be going back to my work, I plan on, we already have 2 more copies of Onfolio that were provided for 2 of my librarian colleagues. So I will spend time, we'll work together, and maybe we can get these projects going using all these features for automatic updating and capturing and sharing, so we can do our assignments and do automatic posting of any changes, any news that we do for in our assigned areas of work. So I created several areas for the computer lab of the network, for the L drives. That's a new development in the law school for the file server networks that we have in place, and for the library system Z drive. Now, suppose you don't have Onfolio, or if you go and you cannot afford to buy Onfolio, but for a few people, you still have a tool out there that is very nice, that could still make awareness possible. You start a blog, you use any blog available, and when you do the linking, you provide links to the files on your network. So you use a complete path to your network inside, so people that are really configured to work on the network and not inside will be able to click on the link, and they will be taken to the network area via RSS feeds from bloggings that will be on the internet. So if they don't have Onfolio, they will still receive any news, and I'll show you how it is. So pretty much, if you don't have Onfolio, you use a blog to point to the network, and if you are not on campus or in a place where you have ready access to the network, you use a virtual private network or a remote desktop that I'm going to do today to provide you with a static IPs that is going to be local, and you get to those resources. Also, Onfolio will create this MHT multi-part web reporting via the export to web page in Onfolio Publisher. That's the one page. Think of that as being a one page that will include all the web for related pages, graphics, scripting, and everything. And that's what Onfolio started with, is this format. That's the only one that you can save and create reporting as an output of the program. We also create this MHT on your local network. The advantage is that you don't click back and forth as many times. Everything is embedded, all the files in one report. And the last feature is that I am presenting here is the RSS reader and the dynamic search feeds. You can have dynamic feeds for FeedServe, BlogDigger, MSN, Yahoo, PubMed on top of your feeds. If you want to do a persistent search of feeds on the internet using these sites. And I'll show you those two. It's going to be easy. Now, this page was captured from Onfolio, and I use the editing tool inside Onfolio to highlight. I want to give you a little bit information about what Onfolio calls itself. It's a Search Information Manager, SIM. And they talk here about the importance of the web and the research that is done. So that's what they mean when they call it SIM, Web Information Managers. A little bit of the background, who is behind this product. We have Allaire, CEO. He is a founder of Allaire Corporation and creator of ColdFusion. That's a top-notch web product. It's more complex than Dreamweaver, FrontPage, or all the others. And Vice President of Engineering is Charles T. He used to be the Director of Engineering of Macromedia. So we have two leaders in this company that really started some great products for the internet age, ColdFusion and Macromedia, just to give you an idea who is behind this product. This is a capture of the announcement about the EndNote and Onfolio partnership. And by the way, at the end of this presentation, together I'll show you, we'll create a report in one single file, and I'll provide it to Elmar to upload it to the CALI servers for the presentation in an MHT format or in a web, and we'll practice. I hope we are not going to have any problems doing this towards the end of the presentation. Can you hear this?
Sharing this research effectively. Now there's Onfolio.
This is Onfolio capture of the multimedia page.
studying economic trends, surveying scientific...
It's a 2-minute presentation.
Shopping for a new car. Onfolio will help you keep you more productive. Start with Onfolio's built-in RSS newsreader, where you can quickly scan news stories, journal articles, custom web searches, and blog posts. News feeds bring you timely information from sources you select. To read news feeds by topic, group them into your own folders, and use those folders to create interactive newspaper feeds where you can quickly read new items and act on what's important. For items that need more attention, you can flag them or add them to your reading list. For items you want to act on right away, you can email them with a single click, send them to your blog, or save them to an Onfolio collection. With Onfolio, you get the option of capturing local copies, so you will always have access to the information, even if it's removed from the web. As you find information online, Onfolio works with you to collect and organize it into personal or team research collections. Click to capture bookmarks, local copies of web pages, documents, images, and snippets of text. As you capture it, you can add comments, keywords, flags, custom properties, and references, all of which help you find items later and remember why you saved them. Once items are captured in Onfolio, easy-to-use tools help you organize and find them quickly. Browse captured items in a familiar window-style explorer, highlight important sections of captured pages, and to search for items based on their text or properties. Onfolio also makes it simple to share what you've collected. Send items instantly in email, post items to your blog, create attractive self-contained reports using Onfolio Publisher, and for ongoing projects, publish Onfolio folders into websites or blogs. As you add items to the folders in Onfolio, updates to the published versions happen automatically. Use Onfolio to collect.
Okay, that's the end of the presentation. As you've seen, I just grabbed this page and it kept all the multimedia information, and it was very easy to present it. Onfolio just had a nice review done by PC Magazine in the June 28th. We are not yet there, but you know it's coming earlier. It has again a 4.5 star. That's really high in terms of how good it is. And they also reviewed this product in April, in its first incarnation. I couldn't find this second one, but I do have here the copy from. I subscribed to PC Magazine, and I made a few copies for you if you are interested. These are the new features offered by Onfolio. As I said, it was just released on the market a few weeks ago. Pretty much the RSS, just for the feature of RSS reader, and it's worth purchasing it. And you have unbelievable abilities right now to capture, and I really want to stress the networking capabilities and publishing. So really, it's create websites or web projects on the network or on the internet without having any knowledge of any of this. Onfolio puts them together, all these collections and files, and all you have to do is do a little bit of commenting and introduction. And I'll show you how you go about that one. And you can make it go automatically on the web and place it in a specific folder or on your network. And as I said, you turn on the RSS feed and it will produce a notification on the internet or on the network. But again, on the network, everybody has to have Onfolio to get those feeds, unless you use a blogger, as I said, on the internet to point to the network. So that's how you get those notifications delivered to you. Now, Onfolio, it's offered in two versions. It's a personal edition and a professional edition. If you see, it's mostly in the professional editions that you get the advanced features. What I would say at this point, if you have to make a decision, if you cannot afford the professional edition, don't bother to buy the personal one. The features that really would make a difference are offered in the professional edition. That's just my opinion after using it.
To share some of these features among people, you have to have a copy on everybody's computer?
Yes, right now. to pretty much to share these collections and to have all this mostly for internal network features and to have this wonderful feed notification. You call it RSS or whatever. It's a feed that is coming to you when you have a shared project. You put it on the network. And you all use this product, and you subscribe to that collection. Onfolio inherits Windows operating system permissions automatically knows. So if you share a collection with me and you put just a comma in one of the items in the collection, it will send me already a notification. It will say this was changed. And if we work at the same time on the same item, it still knows who has done what, and it keeps all the changes. Now, I want to go on the features overview. Okay, I didn't go. When you install Onfolio, it puts all these icons on your Internet Explorer. It does the same for Mozilla, and I never tried Maxton. Maxton is a high-end browser. I read that it's mostly used by sophisticated programmers and people at Microsoft. But Firefox and Internet Explorer, I believe, are pretty much most used browsers. So it will put these three icons on your toolbar in Internet Explorer. One is to turn on and off Onfolio. The second one is for RSS. It will detect automatically, and it will take you in a three-step process that is very intuitive and easy to really create. It's like a bookmarking. And add a feed to any website that has one. It detects automatically. And the third one is really to click when you want to capture. And you can capture a page, a document, any format here, or even a site or multiple pages in one shot. So that's just a little bit of the overview of Onfolio. Let's go to the features overview right now, and I'm going to present each and every one. And as I said, I will try to do a little bit of talk, and after that I hope to have enough time to really show the live demos. So what you can collect? You can collect information using the browsers, Internet Explorer, Firefox, whatever is displayed in their window. You can collect from the local file from your workstation or from your network, files with the import files. You can also use a desktop interface, and you drag and drop between Onfolio and Windows operating system, file system. So it's drag and drop, and it does a wonderful job. Even if you have an application like PowerPoint or Word, you drag and drop again items from Onfolio, they will just go into Word. The same from Word. Whatever you select text or graphic, so it goes. It's simple drag and drop. You have a very nice Outlook capture capabilities that is exactly like the one in the Internet Explorer. And you can capture email in email format as text, and also the attachments. And also you can capture the feeds, and you can create nice collections from feeds and from dynamic feeds that you have. Plus you can make those feeds go to your blogging area as a group or individual. Plus you can make those RSS go back to Onfolio. It's endless in terms of what you can do with this, the feeds, the items, move them to one side, move them back, and use them in more than one way. Hopefully we'll be able to do that later. What you can capture, as I said, pages, multiple pages of the full sites. You can capture articles, lists of links, snippets of text and graphics, complete or partial web pages, so just sections of a web page. Links, you can capture just the link, the URL, and shortcuts to documents on your PC. On the network, so if you really don't want to capture all those files, you just capture the links. So when you create the reports of the web files on your network, you click and you get on to the file. You can capture bookmarks, and as I showed you, metadata, and we'll go over that because I think that's one of the most important elements for working with EndNote on your catalog, if you want to do so. Editing, as you've seen in the presentation, when I capture those Onfolio web pages, you can do, it's not really a full processor, but you can do highlighting, you can add comments, metadata, reference information, and linking. You cannot do at this point, I suggested this feature, linking between items in Onfolio or between collections or between folders in Onfolio. You do only URL linking to internet sites, and I suggested that as a feature to be added to the next version. In terms of organizing your research, you can browse, capture content in the left-hand side pane here, as I'm doing right now for this presentation. You can create individual research collections. This is just one of them. For CALI, you see here a few others that I have created. You can add comments, keywords, and flags, highlight sections or capture websites, and you've seen a lot of the yellowings that I've done for the presentation. You can search for documents and web pages by content in your collections, and the searching capabilities at collection level, it goes as deep as if you have PDFs, if you have Word documents or so. It will go and do the searching in whatever is captured inside the content of the document. It's really powerful, and based on this, you can think of many projects that you can do with this. It's like a database. You create and you capture items, and you do searching, and we'll go over those two to demonstrate. And create dynamic views of search folders. We'll show very quickly how it's done. It's very easy and intuitive. And add bibliographic reference data to items and share with EndNote, as I said. In terms of the feeds, I call this aggregation and syndication. If you've never done it, this is the right tool to really start playing with syndication and aggregation. So you send RSS feeds, plus I guess most of you who have done any type of blogging or casting, you know what you are doing aggregation, so you receive the feeds. But with this product, you can do the other end, sending the feeds. And in fact, you don't have to know anything. The program does it for you, and not only that it does it for you, it will keep adding to the file as much as you change your collections as they happen. And it will upload and send those feeds as soon as you say, tell the program, do this every 5 minutes. It's going to do it for you. So you can read news feeds in your browser using the feeds tag. You subscribe to the feeds with one click, and we'll do this too. You organize them in the same way. I'll just show you briefly here all the feeds that I have. And I organize them by categories, as you see here: CALI, government, technology for law, my own feeds for the websites that I have, my searches, newspapers, RSS technology. We'll go in more detail a little bit later. You can capture content from feeds, as I said, so you can block those, you can add to your network, you do whatever you want, you can export to your file system, create reports, or you can use the Onfolio publisher to create an MHT type of file. You can use email and blog. You can use right now, the program is set up for movable type, LiveJournal, Blogger, and TypePad. So you select it in preferences, and if you have blogs on Blogger, you just click on that feature for blogs, and automatically it's going to come and ask you where you want to blog it, and you will say you use the preferences to set the ways that you blog. You can add items if you are not able to read on the spot. It's a special folder for reading later. And you can search your feeds, and also you can monitor persistent dynamic web searches, as I said, on MSN, MSN News, Yahoo News, PubMed, and 2 others. And you can import and export OPML. Are you familiar with OPML? That's the format for the feeds. It's I don't know I know only the acronym. I know the last 2 letters stand for meta language, and do a Google search for this for OPML, what it means. I'm sorry. But it's that format that you can save the feeds. You can export any feed into OPML, so you can export whole collections of feeds or individual feeds to OPML if you have different platforms, and that's how you import them. In terms of the share research, you can do it via regular mail, and you have several options for email, and you can do items, folders, and collections at any levels of what you have in your collections. You can publish items, folders, and collections, as I said, to a weblog, to a website, and you can create reports from meta tags that are attached to your items. So you create for bibliographic references. You can export those to Excel or in XML to EndNote, and we'll try to do one today. You can create MHT reports, multi-part, HTMLs through Onfolio Publisher, and those reports you can put on the web or you can put on the network. These reports tend to be very large because they include all the data and the information, the graphics, the scripting, and everything. And it has advantages and disadvantages. You can also compress those files. You can share content with Microsoft Office applications, export to XML, EndNote, and you can syndicate your items and collections to blog, website, and network via collection feeds. You have such capabilities for each and every tag here. You have at the collection level on the new search folder, and that's the advanced tab will give you the option to do search inside your collections, and as I said, to search by flag type, by content of PDF, whatever you capture format. You can do that. It's a very advanced search feature. You have also a search in the feeds tab on the new search folder, and also you have these dynamic search feeds for all these places. This is a blog library. I'll show you what it does. I'll do it quick. And you also have a separate search tab that you can search inside your collections by collection, by feeds, and your favorites. And we'll show those. There are two terms that are used in this program, and you will see as options. You can export and publish. Whenever you export, you have to be aware that you create MHT. In fact, you will see what's happening, and you don't have to remember this. Exporting really means MHT or XML. Publishing now in the second version is really HTML. So it will create all those HTML files plus index. By default, it will create index files to any collection. So by default, if you have any Unix or Windows environment, you just point to the folders that you created. And by the way you name a collection, that's the way that you upload. So you don't have to do any manipulation on the website or so. Make sure when you start the collections that you name it properly. That's how you name it. That's how it's going to upload. If you want it to upload that way, you can change your exporting preferences. But it's easier to do it this way from the beginning. When you, so the important export features you can it's to the file system in XML and EndNote and OPML. You can publish to web, where you have the options to provide an RSS feed. You can publish to blog, items of whole collections, and to the network. And this is where you can turn that feature to make a collection provide feed alerts. And again, I stress, you all have to have Onfolio to have these internal feeds come to you. And it's really ideal for collaboration projects. You can copy item properties to Excel, and the same you can export references, bibliographic data, only that meta tags to EndNote. Spelling is available. It's during capture, in note creation, in Onfolio Publisher, and it's a very nice feature when you have that screen for exporting to the web, and when it creates that summary or introduction where you describe your product and your collection. It has a very nice speller built in, so before it's going to the web or to your network, it's spell checked. It's really a nice feature. I call it here desiderata so far. This after I've been using the product for, I would say, 3-4 weeks now really intensively preparing for this, and also as I was preparing for the presentation, I thought of all the projects that we can start, or at least give it a shot. What I would like to have would be better capture abilities from some type of databases. We use a Green State pipeline as a portal, and I'm fine. I can capture all the files and everything, highlight. And this product, what is neat about this product, and that's why I liked it, you create all these reports and files and all these products, and the beauty of it is that you can put it on a flash drive, you take it anywhere, and you don't need internet to present internet material. And linking goes, if you have internet, everything that is on those pages is going to work as they are supposed to. If you are not on the internet, you still have a wonderful internet presence in terms of whatever you capture from the internet is going to display very nicely. But not with pipeline pages. The minute I click on a page and I want to display it, it wants to lock me into pipeline. So in fact, I'm getting just empty browser screens. So they were not aware of this. So they said, please tell us more about this product, what to use, so we can fix this problem. So there are not too many places where I couldn't capture a site. This pipeline is one of them. I would like to have more editing power in closely to Word, to create tables and some of the other nice things, links between items and collections. I already sent Onfolio all these suggestions and ability to set note preferences, so you can start with that font and size and whatever you want. And organization of folders. This is really when I build any collection here, and if I want to have a predetermined sequence of folders and information, I really have to use English lettering to think of what I put there, because it does not let me organize items by folder. It's organized automatically only by the name of the folder. So I cannot have a folder with W as here in this first position. I have to, it's always A going to take precedence over W. So I have, that's one inconvenience, and I stress it from the very beginning. I want to be able to arrange folders the same way I arrange items. I can drag and drop here in ordering these items within folders. You have by your own order, and that's the ones that pretty much you want to be able to do it. So you select this like a PowerPoint. You want to move this slide, you want to select which one is first and last. And this is really nice done here at the item level, but not at the folder level. So that's one of the suggestions I make. So here you can drag and drop, and you can move, and you can make it come wherever you want them to be. So I just changed that order of the items here. So this is pretty much one of the major things that I would like to see. It's the ability to create the same ordering into folders as you have at the item level. And right now, let me show you a little bit of the file types here. I use just drag and drop from my documents to bring in several documents. Now I'm going to turn on the feature to display the properties. I did a search on the internet, and if you see here, I'm going to display the Washboard University Law School. I came to this page via a search for law schools, and here a little bit more. In fact, I have to go into the basic. So this is everything that it captured on Onfolio. I have I work with the name here. I provided myself for this, but if you look here on the bottom right, it grabbed the search that I did on the internet. It's an option that you search. So if you do work on a project and you do Google or any type of search, you turn it on in the preferences and you say, hey, I want to know how I got there. So it's going to grab it, and if I click on it, it's going to show me what was the search that I did. It was Law School libraries also. It automatically picks the URL, and that's one of the other improvements that I would like to have, and I suggested. For those of you who use PowerMarks, it's built in that product the ability to go on the internet and check the URLs to see if they were changed, and automatically gives you the ability to change the URL. So as you know, lots of web pages change because they are URLs. It's not built into Onfolio. I suggested, and I also told them about the products that does this to look at it. But looking at this capture web page here, they did a good job. And you look at some of their websites, law schools or so, they don't care about meta tags or so. It picked all this information from the web page, and that's why I selected it for presenting it. They entered a lot of the keywords, but they didn't put any meta tags for the author and copyright. And this is what I'll show you in the edit, how this will look into a bibliographic type of information. Automatically that information is entered here, and if I want to export it to EndNote, I just click that disk, and it's gonna select either EndNote XML or tab delimited. So you can use EndNote to bring that record into your database, or vice versa. Metadata. Of course, they did a good job on Folio providing all this metadata. I'm going to show you the basics. This is what the file had, the program capture this, so they make sure that they have all the metadata about the author, copyright, keywords. It's very important for searching or for your projects to enter as much commenting and keywords and all this stuff, because you can select when you have the option to export this to web or local files to show all these elements and flags, and when you capture all this stuff. It's really very nice. This is a snippet. I just selected from the page on this mark standards. I just highlighted what I want to grab. And this is why, if you see here on the left-hand side, all these icons, you get used to them once you use the program, so you know this is a snippet. This chain, it's a standard for a link. So here I grab just a link for first gov. We have a feed for an RSS, email. It's an Onfolio EndNote, and by the way, you create notes in EndNote using the new note feature, and that's where you have your editor. And the same feature you use for editing. So if you see here, you have font, size, some tabbing, color, highlighting, and definitely if you have text and you highlight it, that's where you can add your links. This is very important when you have local files. This is where you select other, and you just put the URL for your network drive, and that's how you create the links in a blog or for this product to go to your internal files. I have here a PDF, if you see here, a Word application, also a link to a document. So whenever you create reporting for this one, when you click on this request for software, in fact, that clicking will take you to either the network or your local system where the file is placed. So you make sure if it's on your workstation and you put it on the network and that file is not there, the linking is not going to work. It's like on the internet. It has to be in the place where it's pointing to. PowerPoint samples. This is an Excel document. I'm not going to click. If I click, I can start editing after I open. So all those file formats will open inside the application itself that the document was created with. We have here pictures, and how many of you have seen the movie Librarian? This is just fun. So multimedia. It's just a sample of multimedia use. I'm going to play it for you. It's about 20 seconds or less.
What makes you think you could be a librarian?
I know the Dewey Decimal System, Library of Congress, Research Paper Orthodoxy, Web Searching. I consider it RSS feed.
Everybody knows that.
Okay. So you can grab all these type of files and create reports. It's unlimited. And the really, what I want to stress again is, don't even think of the web. For your internal networks, you can do beautiful things without even thinking web. Think just your, whatever type of system you use, Office or Word Perfect or any of those applications. You can create a nice interface for those documents using this product. And next, I'm going to share with you the projects that were created with this. Last fall, for the first time, I suggested to my director to create an orientation product for the first year law students. We used to have these folders with a lot of printouts from our websites about the resources, services, computer lab. You know, maybe most of you will do the same. So I used Onfolio. I grabbed all that information from the web, from our local inside system, and I created using Onfolio in first version an MHT. That's a multi-part HTML format, so that embedded all those products. I will show you live. And we put this on, we bought 300 gateway 60 megabytes flash drives. These are USB 1, a little bit slow now. But the product together in that MHT that was big took about 2 megabytes of this storage. So it was a nice way to present all students first year with this, included everything that they needed to get started, and instead of a folder. Plus they had 40 megabytes equivalent of about 10 more high-density floppies worth of space that they could use. All our computer lab and computers have front-side USBs, so they are in business, and they are very popular now. You know, now you can buy for less than $10, they are 128 megabytes, and there are flash drives that you can buy with, you can protect, you can do many other things on the flash drives right now. So partition and do. So we don't know if we are going to do it again this year. So I'm trying to, this is what was on the flash drive when we distributed it. So we created a README first file. And those were the instructions how to use it. And here it's the major component, is that orientation information. And also I added a little bit of, I captured some files about flash drive when I created another collection in MHT to really advertise for this type of media. So now I'm going to right click and select Internet Explorer, because by default it will open in Publisher because it knows that I have Publisher. But all they have to do is double click on it and it would have opened Internet Explorer. Let me see, I want to open it with Internet Explorer. So by default, wherever they will take this, unless they have Onfolio, they double click on it, it would have opened this standard, they call it industry MHT, that is pretty much used by Internet Explorer, and open the file. Did I select it? Oops. For some reason it's very slow today. It was even slow to, okay, let's see. Yes, okay, this is how an MHT file looked about a year ago. So we organized this collection to really go through each step of what first year law students should know, do, go, and get. So again, I read me first, the library open house when we had this distributional process. And everything that you see here are links to embedded files. This, again, it's multi-part HTML format. So if they wanted to learn about access ID, say click here. If you look here in the URL, it's a local file here. In fact, it's a web page from our computing and information system where they were giving all this information about where to get, what it is, and what it is. Now, if they had internet access, by clicking on any of these links, they would have got on the web. Otherwise, they had the information in a static in this MHT format. Let's go back. That's the beauty of the MHT. It will take you any link, and even if you have PowerPoint, it's going to be one click. So it's not going to be 10 steps behind. It's always one click to get you back to the original file, MHT. So what to do first, all of these are embedded files in one single file. That's what we gave them. So we prepared information about the legal research sessions, computing, and we did go through it. These are subfolders. What you see, the big sections here are the folders that we created in Onfolio, and these are the headings are generated by the folders. So under computing services, we grab all this information. Other computing, need a book or journal. We provided all those documents captured here from, as I said, from web, from Word, for whatever we had the information in. So that's all they all received. Now, this is the first project that I did using Onfolio with MHT. Let's look at. We also did, a new colleague started to produce a newsletter for faculty where we all contributed articles also. I contributed several of these projects in the format MHT. All we did, she created web courses on the Lexis and Westlaw to distribute the newsletter, and the files that I created using this product were placed on these websites in MHT format. So by clicking here, they would have downloaded that MHT file locally, giving them step-by-step instructions. How I created a collection on West IntraClip, conversion of RSS feeds, and bring them into Twen. And that was a step-by-step Onfolio file created, so they will get it from this website. And I also captured here what the project looked, and inside the deeper level with highlights, providing them what they have to do step-by-step exactly. This is capture from my courses in Twen, showing the Law Library Computer Lab. So that's on the other platform. What we did, I highlighted here the MHT file for West IntraClip. And this is from the page that I have for the computer lab, where I'm pointing to the network drive where this is offered. The product is installed in the computer lab on a network drive, and it's made by default a link in the browser. When students want to find anything about the resources for them in the library, they click on that link and they get again that MHT file. Last week, I replaced that file with a new product that I hope to share with you in a few seconds. And this is what I created all last week, is blogging to blog sites for network that will point to the computer lab, to the library network. Let's try again. This is what you can create. So again, you can create blogs that will point to the network drive. So one is will be for government documents. I'll place everything. I'll create collections in Onfolio. I'll place them on the Z drive, and people will be able to get there and grab them live. When they will click on the link, they will get there. And I grabbed some information about what they look in Onfolio. So this will be the new look for Arthur Neave Law Library. So this will be an internet site, it's a blog that people can subscribe to. It provides feeds at this URL here. So they can use a reader to go here. Automatically they get a notification of new things that will be posted there. And when they click on the link here, and if they are on campus, they will get on the network and they will display the file. So that's a nice way to do it if you don't have Onfolio available for everybody. And this is a graph of the latest incarnation of the same product that I showed you on flash drive, but now created as web that was placed on the network. And you can select what you can display. So these are embedded files right now in HTML, and by clicking on them, you get the real captured file, or you can get, if you click on the link like here, you get on the website if you are live on the web. Now, several similar things will be for staff and faculty, and what I really would be some other projects nice to do would be for reference tip collaboration on network-based projects. So that's something that I would like to do, or at least introduce my colleagues to create news for collection feeds. An FAQ database for reference, we always wanted to have things that are not happening every day in terms of questions at the reference desk. Right now, I think it's a nice way to install this product there, capture records, do some editing for something that is neat about a question. When that question pops again, you go into this tool and you do an advanced search and you get it. I really think that Onfolio, EndNote, and XML will really be able to deliver all these contents directly into the library catalog, and we'll be able to export catalog in the web-ready format information. Now, quickly, we have just a few more minutes. I would like to do and to show you live how you do a collection upload as a publication on a local network, how you create the RSS feeds, how you do the dynamic searches on the internet. So I'm going to do a remote access to my workstation, and if it's working, I'm going to show you live what's happening with an earlier update of okay, this is my network, is my desktop for my computer at work. So we are here on, if I click on, these are all the network drives at my institution right now, so I have direct access, and I'm just being local right now. Let's open quickly Onfolio. It's an earlier version of what I did. So let's say I want to export CALI right now to a local drive. I'll just say publish to the web. So web could be internet or could be a local network drive. So right now let's do it on the web with the RSS feed. I have a website, and that's why I have to do the remote desktop, because it allows only for FTP, not secure FTP. Here we select in publishing, we check mark this so it will enable web publishing from this collection. And we schedule here automatically. That's where you set it up whenever you want to do uploading. And that's whenever it's a change made, automatically after 5 minutes it goes, it checks if you made any changes to the collection, it's going to go on FTP to the site. That's how you configure the site. You give it a name, you say if it's local, local would be for your network or FTP. You provide the URL, the name, password, the path, and here, this is the most important place. You say what you want that RSS feed, because I don't want to have RSS feed over the one that I already have. I'll have to place that RSS feed in the CALI 2005. I'll test the settings. Let's see if it's going to tell me that it's okay. Are not properly mapped. Again. Summary tab is where you give the title. That's the introduction. That is going to come on top of your collection. So you can do as much text entry here to describe your product or whatever you have. You can spell check it here. You put information about author and email. If you want to include bibliographies, that's where it's speaking from the meta tags. In options, when you have a project that has embedded folders, you select folder with table of contents, because it's going to create links from inside those folders. So you navigate through a tabbing system, where it's like linking from items inside, like bookmarking in a web page. If you want links to open in your web pages in a separate window, you turn this on. And in terms of content publishing here, I select always to publish the items themselves and not a link to the items if they are not available. We have an advanced feature that you can put header and footer in HTML, so it's going to be consistent in your reporting if you want to provide additional links or so for your products that is going to be on the web or the network. That's what you do. If you have supporting files, that's the place where you add them from your system. So if it's a graphic or anything else, you add it here. And here you put the RSS feed. I will select this. The alternate feed is going to be here. And in fact, now I know. I was rushing why it didn't allow me to put it in the other place when I said configure, because this is the requires the URL absolute of this place. This should be okay now. And let's do it right now. Publish now. So right now it's going to go using my workstation network. It's going to upload to that website. Everything that is in all those. It's going to create all the HTML files, the RSS feed. By the way, it's called rss.xml always for every collection. And let's minimize this. I'm going right now locally here on this computer, and let's try to get to that website. And it's going to be in the folder CALI 2005. As I said, it creates an index 2005. Let's see if it's already uploaded. That's our right now. I haven't done it before. It's showing when it was done. It keeps all these elements from. I'll show you again here in the summary. Oh, it's still publishing. Some files are large. I have those video, so it's still exporting it. But I wanted to show you in the summary where you can turn on what items in the collection you publish. You can publish the publisher, the copyright, any you select, and it's going to be picked up and presented in your web page. So these are the folders at this level, and if I click, hopefully I'll get inside. It's still loading, but that's what you get on the web. The same you do for your internal network, but you cannot create RSS feeds when you place it on the network, but you can turn that collection into providing. Let me cancel this. You can create. So suppose right now I go on the network, I can really tell this collection to provide, or you go into your feeds and you say add collection feed. That's how you transform your collection into an RSS feed when you work on a collaboration project. And I believe we are a little bit past the project. If you want to see a little bit more, you are welcome to stay, but I guess we are beyond 1 hour allowed. And that's all I want to share. It's really a wonderful tool for the networks.
Yeah. How much is it, Michael?
Okay, the full-fledged professional, it's $100. They gave us a discount. They gave us a discount for the university right now of 20%. And I would say people that do purchasing at your institution could contact and tell them that you've seen the demo of the CALI, and maybe you'll get this. I would say just for the RSS feed and all the others, it's great. And if you really play with the networking capabilities, I don't know of any other tool to provide internal feeds and notifications. It's really nice. And we didn't even have the time to go into the feeds feature. And how you enter in PubMed. You can automatically, any persistent search that you do on the internet is coming into the feeds dynamically. And you can capture those, create reports, send them back to a blog and all that. It's really good. I would buy it for any library, for every library. Or every.
students to the flash drive and the way
They love it.